What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Crawdad Lake. Welcome to the 100th episode of Wattpad Read Alouds. I'm quite surprised you made it this far, because here I'm going to tell you a Wattpad horror story. It all started a day in quarantine like any other. Woke up inside my house. It was raining at around 9 o'clock. Didn't have to be up for school. Heard it ticking from outside. It was no matter, though. I wanted to write. Knowing the Google Docs is quite frustrating. Sometimes I write drafts on Wattpad and transfer them over to the doc once I'm done to edit. But this time was a bit different. It was the end of the school year assignment for my language arts class. We had to write a 5-page story. Now I could easily pass this. Writing has always been my strong suit, and 5 pages was not enough, quite honestly. But we couldn't go over that limit, so now it's just a struggle getting it under the cap we were given. Before writing anything of the sorts, I had to decide to brainstorm. Brainstorm what it'd be like. Brainstorm characters. The prompt was pretty loose, so I had a lot to work with. It's the mid-1500s, and a classic castle scenario that you've heard in fairy tales is going on. A queen, a king, a princess. What would happen in your fairy tale? Now, usually I'd go the lighthearted route. I could easily go the dark route too. But I went a route with my story that no other child in that class has ever done before. And it totally shifted reality. Now, in today's standards, this really isn't much of something to hype about. It happens all the time now. I didn't go the sweet route of having them live happily ever after from the beginning. Oh, nor did I present some evil villain. But I made the king and queen the villains. Like I said, nothing extraordinary in today's standards. We have multiple twist villains. Hans from Frozen, Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph, aka King Candy. There's too many, but at the time, this was not something they'd see commonly out of kids in their class. So, I wrote my story. It was based on Aurora in Sleeping Beauty. Not the original fairy tale, the Disney version, as if that was the only thing I was familiar with at the time. Except, instead of a princess, I made it a prince. But then I realized something. Wattpad's autocorrect feature was going haywire. It was turning mild words into harsh ones that greatly disturbed me at the time. Vocabulary so extraordinary, I had to look up what it was saying. It's like it was calling to me for help. It was no matter. I copy and pasted it into a Google Doc and started writing there. And then I turned in the assignment. It was no biggie after that. I took a break from Wattpad after the vocabulary it is presented to me. But not even a week later, I got an email from my teacher, complimenting me on my words, and asking me what platform I used to write it. I told her, just Google Docs in my own 2 fingers. And she's like, but you didn't turn it in a Google Doc. I went back to the assignment. Even though I could have sworn I copy and pasted and shared the Google Doc link, I had sent her the Wattpad story. Turns out it published itself too. I got many votes. Too many. No one needed to see this. I just got comments of glitched screams. Not actual screaming. Gibberish. Capital letters. All mixed up in a row. The letters would fade from purple to black, back to purple, back to black. I didn't know how to fix this. I figured it was just a bug with the website, so I sent in a request with the manufacturers, the people who made the website. Sent in a complaint, went through email, and went through phone. They assured me that I was seeing things. They told me that nothing like that has ever been reported. I went back to my story. Everything was normal. I had no votes. Only 3 views. Due to a couple people dedicated to reading everything right. But was it right? What happened? I know I got that many votes. I know I got views. That's not the point here, but it can't just change like that. You can't lose votes. You can lose votes, but not that many people would unvote so suddenly. But I certainly can't lose views. It's like a YouTube video. You could gain views, but you can never take away your viewing. I had screenshots that I sent to my friends about how much the book was blowing up. I had that as proof. Yet when I went back to the messenger chat, they were gone, deleted from our conversation. Went back to my save files in my computer gallery. They were gone there too, but not quite. They were there. They just had the lower numbers. I went back and Wattpad. It went back to its older update of the classic lighter orange of Wattpad, the classic bulky logo. It wasn't as free looking as it is now. I updated it. I know I did. That's how I know it's a reddish orange instead of the light orange. I re-updated it, and everything was set back to normal. There's no more glitching comments. That's the only thing left from the first. I still don't know how they managed to do that. Still don't know the cause of it. Was it the fact that I did a school assignment on Wattpad? It couldn't have been. I've done it many times before. Could have been the fact that I was writing something weird? Probably not. I've wrote weirder stuff on Wattpad. I know I have. I live on Wattpad. Or at least I used to. A gift of fanfiction was my restart. The gift of fanfiction was my way to crawl back. They wouldn't let me go. And they finally did. And I went crawling back. I didn't know what to do without them. And if your soul is still free, run away. Run away from Wattpad. Please. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I'd let them out of the cage today. Well, I told them to make a video, so I hope you enjoyed the 100th episode of Wattpad Read Alouds. It's almost insane that we made 100 episodes. That's so much, and I couldn't have done it without your support. The inspiration from this series is still amazing, and everyone that's encouraged me since to keep reading has just been extraordinary. Thank you. My social media links are in the description below if you'd like to do that. If you look on the screen, there should be a playlist to all the Wattpad Read Alouds if you are strong enough to listen to all 100. So, yeah. Like always, hey, what are you doing back here? I thought I put you away. Yeah, you thought you put me away. You can't keep me locked up forever. Listen here, and listen closely. The best thing you could do to avoid this, there's actually no best way to do it. There's no way to do it. You're gonna get trapped eventually. But to stay out as long as you can, there's only one thing you could do. Do your best.